and addictions. And a really cool thing that many of you don't know about me is that at the time I wanted to become a neurosurgeon. So what I would do was I actually was part of a program at the JANEC Addictive Neuroscience Laboratory. And what I would do was I would put fiber optic cables, like internet cables, into the brains of rats. And by putting the fiber optic cables into the brains of rats, specifically in something called the nucleus accumbens shell and the amygdala, I was able to control their reward pathways and their fear pathways. Okay, so I would literally sit there with a remote control, and I could remotely control the rats by stimulating the reward and by their fear, so I can make them start and stop drinking at will. So what ended up happening was that I truly believed that the technology I was part of was fantastic. I thought it was going to help out the entire world, and I was going to work at Elon Musk's Neuralink. Okay? Has anybody in the chat heard of Neuralink? Who's heard of Neuralink? Can someone tell me what Neuralink is? Right? Can someone tell me what Neuralink is? Let's see if someone knows what Neuralink is. Chris Meadows says, yes, I've heard of Neuralink. Who hasn't? Lori Black, link to the brain. Oh, Lord. Mark of the Beast, Paul Schwett, exactly. Biotech, yes, I completely agree. I completely agree. See, I thought, wow, wouldn't it be so cool if the human brain could be connected directly to artificial intelligence? That's what I used to think. This was before I came to Christ. This is when I was at Johns Hopkins University. This is what my studies were funded for. And I thought truly it would unlock the next level of humanity, until I woke up and I recognized, wow, this is actually a transhumanist agenda to shut down the brain from the inside. Okay? Lindsay, I was really hoping that was before Christ. That was before Christ, okay? And so I woke up to how bad that technology actually would be. And imagine how hard that is, okay? So at the time, I had taken the MCAT. The MCAT is actually the medical college's admissions test. Okay, it's like the SATs, but for becoming a doctor.
All right.
And I actually gotten a perfect score.
Let's get this observation going, shall we?
And so going to Johns Hopkins, getting a behavioral biology degree, being at the
Could you turn that down just a little bit?
Lab, the addictive neuroscience lab. Okay, I was going to be that guy. All right, I was the top draft pick, if you can imagine, for being on that side of the agenda. And
so we're on
I want to tell you right
platforms
now,
here.
nobody is thinking about you guys.
I'm going to make this one the main screen, since this is the one
no one is thinking about or
is
talking
most
about
likely
you.
to
So if you're
show
alive
us
right now,
something.
if you're an adult right now,
But we have two different approaches.
Was to develop this
We're looking at the same market.
Okay, to be very, very clear,
So
it was for your children and your children's
Euro,
children. That's what's going to actually be.
And you see
it's actually going to be
Euro
effective,
here.
right? So this is not conspiracy theory.
On this platform, we have
I'm
5-minute binaries.
You. This is not some like
and on this
heard
platform,
from a friend of a friend. I'm pretty sure when you watch these documentaries,
so what we're looking at,
talk about it that
we're
way.
looking at
I am telling
intervals
you,
of 30 seconds. These are 30-second candles here.
Direct
and then on this platform, we're looking at 1-minute candles. So this is just going to give us a little bit more
this is what the technology is being developed right now
of a closer look
so now
on what the behavior is looking like for the same pair.
Really emphasize this
so
show you something, okay?
On this platform here, I.D.E.A,
let's go to Bible
we're basically going to wait until the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, to see how the behavior is developing.
Very back book, okay?
And
all the way down to the very back book.
for NADEX, I'm really just looking for something real simple.
That's
I want to see movement within one zone,
and my evil and my
like this.
for showing you
Matter of fact, here, let me make you a little square.
Heartily apologize for showing you all this, okay? So we're going to go right over here. We're going to go right over here, and I'm bringing up Revelation.
Bring this to the main screen because it's actually
okay,
it's like kind of showing us what we want to see.
Is it possible to read this? Anything that you see
so,
right here? Just out of curiosity,
You
guys.
see a positions change into this zone here.
Okay, Tina says no.
And then the market moved
Small, can't
from
see. It's okay. You don't.
this
I'll read it
position
out to you.
change
Is that okay?
to
Can I read it out to you guys?
this position
All
here.
right. So it says.
And if we're
Then I
looking
saw another
through
beast rising
each
out of the
candle,
earth. This beast had two
you can see that
horns
this
like a lamb and
candle
spoke like a dragon. And
is
this beast
actually
exercised
in
all
two
the authority
positions.
of the first beast
In the
to
very
cause the
top
earth and
of
those
this
who dwell in it
position,
to
the buy
worship the
position,
first beast,
and then
whose
towards the
wound had
middle
been
of
healed.
this
And
sell
the second
position.
beast performed great signs,
We're looking
how it even
for a
caused the fire
barrier,
from heaven to come down
consistency,
to earth
and a touch
in the
point
presence of the people.
where the market
Because the
comes
sign was given
up to and
perform
gets
on behalf
rejected, and
of
it
the
looks like
first
it's
beast,
between
it
8.6
deceived
and
those who
8.7.
dwell on earth, telling them to make an image of
So
the
we'll
beast
bring
that
up
had been
the
wounded by the sword.
ticket,
And the second beast was permitted to
and
give
we're going to
birth to the
see how it
image of the first
develops.
beast, so that the image could speak and cause all who refuse to worship it to be killed. So if you don't
So what
worship,
we're looking at is how
you
this
don't
moves
worship this image of the first beast,
with this
you'll be killed.
price here.
And here's where it really
And
gets
it's already
important,
past what
okay?
we would consider a
The
threshold,
mark of the beast. And
but
the
I want to
second
kind of
beast
get an idea
required
of how it
all
jumps around.
people,
So let's do an
small
exercise
and
here.
great,
40
rich and poor,
at 83.
free and
You see
slave,
how this is kind of just
to
sticking there.
receive
30,
a mark on their right hand
20,
or on their
40,
forehead,
30,
so that no one could buy
20.
or sell
So
unless
10.
he
So this
had
is
with the mark
what I see
the
here is
name of the beast
incrementality.
or the number of its
The
name.
price is moving
And then
in
it says,
fairly
here
tight increments,
is
which
a
is
call
good
for wisdom.
for the type
Let
of
the
product
one
that
who
I'm trying
has
to
insight
that I'm
calculate
waiting
the number of
waiting
the
to
beast,
receive
for
from
it
the
is
market
the number of a
on this
man,
platform.
and
It's
that
good
number
incrementality,
is
and the movement is
666.
in one
Okay, so let's
position,
just pause there.
or
That's some
moved up into
pretty
one position.
interesting
What does one
stuff
position
right
look
there.
like?
That's some
So
pretty
let me make another
interesting stuff
square,
right there.
or make another
Now, I just
rectangle.
told you that I went to Johns Hopkins. I was participating in the actual
This
experiments
is
that
one
would
position.
create
So I'm going to
human
start off at
artificial intelligence
190,
technologies linked
1.14,
directly to the brain.
90,
But now
and
I
I'm
want
going
to
to
show
go
you
down
something very interesting, guys.
10
Okay, so let me
micropips.
show you this on
Oops.
Google. All right, this is a really neat thing you can do on Google. Okay, so I'm going to say the window. All right.
10
Let me know. Can
micropips.
you guys see my screen over here? Can
180.
you guys see confirmation? You can see my screen?
Give it a
Okay,
little
look
color.
at this. So you're going to go here to Google and you're going to put patent, okay, and you're going to put W0.
And
okay,
that
and
is
it's
what
gonna be
one position
2020.
looks like.
That's the year, okay? And then are you
So,
ready for the number?
As the
What's
market
number?
moved
Malcolm?
up, it moved into this zone. This white square is a zone.
666. Okay.
The zone is just a space between two strikes. And then one
Using
position
body activity data.
is basically, at
This
least
is
for
in
this
the
pair,
World
a 10
International
micropip
Patent
space
Office, okay?
right above
So you
or
guys
below
want
a
receipts for
strike.
all this stuff? I got
So
receipts right now.
this one is kind of hard to see. Let me
Cryptocurrency
edit this
system
and see
using
if we can
body
get a better.
activity data. All
See
right.
red.
All right, chat.
Okay, what
Can
about
you see
green?
this?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
did
yeah.
it? Where does
All
it
right.
say right there?
So this is
Remember,
our
man,
position.
Microsoft Technology Licensing.
We want the market
One
to
Microsoft way,
maintain
Washington.
itself or
Oh,
sustain
that's
itself
Microsoft. That's Bill
inside of
Gates.
one position.
Okay.
And that would let us know that we're
what does it say
ready
over
to
here?
collect
Okay,
our
so it's got this like
income
sensor
building
device.
product.
What is this? Human body activity associated with the task
Let's see.
provided to a user may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. The server may provide a task to a device of a user, which is communicatively coupled to the server. A sensor communicatively coupled to or comprised in the device of the user may sense body activity data of the user. Body activity data may be generated based on the
How do
sensed
I
body
go to the
activity of the
live
user.
thingy?
The cryptocurrency system communicatively
All right, so let's take a look at this one here. So we're going to be switching back and forth.
Or may verify if the
So
body
I'll
activity
put this
data
over here,
does what
and I'll
it
move this over here.
satisfies.
All right, so for this one,
Set by whom?
what we're watching
Set by the cryptocurrency
is
system.
this little clock.
And do
This
what?
platform is called
Award
close option or
cryptocurrency to
close
the
option.
user whose body activity data
And
is
I didn't even
verified.
know I still had this
Are
account.
people reacting
So
to this in the chat?
I just I
Are
got an
people
email
saying,
one day.
this should be,
They said that they put
Kara,
$5
standing
in my
on end.
account. I had
All right,
50
can you
bucks
still
in
see the
there.
screen, Malcolm?
I guess I just stopped messing
Yes?
with it at some point, but
Okay.
now
Let's go down
I've kind
to
of just been
36
building
over
it
here.
real slowly
This is all
as
public.
of last week.
This is all
But
public.
what
I
I'm
got
looking for
receipts.
here
All right?
is
It says this.
right here.
All right?
Every 30
After the
seconds,
operation, when the
every
user
30 seconds
performs the
is
task
a
provided by the
potential
task
entry
server,
point.
the sensor will
And so
sense the body activity
seeing
of the
what I'm waiting
user
for
that is
on
a
this
body
platform
response related to the task
is
provided by the task server,
momentum.
and then transmit
We want
that sense
sustained
body activity of the
momentum.
user
On this
to the user
platform, we
device.
want
The
sustained
body
position.
activity may include, for example,
On
there's
this
one limit
platform, we
two,
want
radiation
sustained
emitted from the human
momentum.
body, brain
And so right
activity,
now, the market
body
hasn't really shown us either one, where it's stayed inside of a
body
position
movement, and any
within
other
one
activity that
zone,
can be sensed and represented
which is what
by
we want
images,
here.
waves, signals, X
And it
numbers,
hasn't
degrees,
showed us
or
much
any other form of
continuation
information
or
data.
momentum
Examples of
on
body
this side.
radiation
But
include
that's what we're waiting on.
radiant
So
heat, your heart rate,
I'm gonna watch it for maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes,
what
an
does it
hour,
say here, chat?
and
Brainwave.
see
Now
how
let's talk
things
about what
develop.
type of brainwave. Okay, it says brain waves may comprise, for example, but are not limited to gamma waves involved
Okay,
in
this one's
learning
worth
or
looking
memory
at here.
tasks, beta waves involved in logical thinking or conscious thought, alpha waves which may be related to subconscious thoughts, theta waves which may be related to thoughts involving deep and raw emotions, and delta waves which may be involved in sleep or deep relaxation.
Okay,
So,
10, 9,
chat,
8,
everybody here,
7.
okay, for everybody
Now,
here.
this is the next touch
This
point,
should
so
be a little bit
I'm
like,
kind of
whoa, okay? I just showed
curious
you
to see if it'll come back and
biblical
revisit
reference for it, and then I
that.
showed you the
Here it
public
is.
reference and exactly
Let's
from
see how
where,
let's
down
see
to
how
the
it
number,
sticks to that spot.
they will reward you. And by the way, in behaviorism, okay, one of my degree was in behavioral biology and behavioral neuroscience, okay? Little understanding of behavioral neuroscience. If I reward you consistently with something and I take that thing away, then that is a punishment.
So there's
That
not
is a punishment, right?
not continuation
So what did they
movement.
just tell us?
It's
The
movement, but it ain't
cryptocurrency system
steadily in
will
one
reward
direction.
us based off of the conditions set by the cryptocurrency system after it reads your body activity data. And when we asked, what is that body activity data? We found out that it is your conscious thoughts, it is your subconscious thoughts, it is your deep and raw emotions, and it is your very dreams. Pause. Let that sink in. If you don't think what they told you to think, if you don't subconsciously think what they told you to think,
Meanwhile,
if
let's see
you
if I
don't
can.
feel what they told you to feel, if you don't remember what they told you to remember. So in the future, what that looks like is, if you don't agree with there is a man and there is a woman, they will penalize you and they will go straight into your little crypto wallet and they will just take it out. All right? And I just showed you the receipts for that. Thank you, Stephen. The subconscious runs 95% of our day. Sarah West, 1984. That's exactly it. 2 plus 2 equals 5, right? 2 plus 2 equals 5, right? 2 plus 2 equals 5, right? That's the future we're talking about. So I tell you right now, it's not about you. It's not about me. Okay? It's about your children and your children's children and the world and the lifestyle that they are going to inherit. Let that sink in. And for those of you saying, oh, he's just a marketer. You think I dropped that what? I was a marketer back then, years ago? Do you think when I rejected offers from Johns Hopkins and Stanford and from Harvard Medical School, and people were saying, oh, we should commit TJ, he must be schizophrenic for saying any of this other stuff? Last time I checked, I don't see schizophrenic for successful. So I don't think it's just random mental illness. And I'll tell you what, if this is what it's like to be mentally ill, I'll be mentally ill all day. I'll be mentally ill all day because I like talking to God. You know, fun fact about schizophrenia. The truth is, by the way, it's just possessions. You want to know the truth about schizophrenia? That is possessions. Okay. You will never find a schizophrenic who will talk about it as a positive voice. Do you know that? you'll never find a schizophrenic who will say that the voices they hear in their head are good voices. They're not going to be like, for example, they're not going to be sitting around going, hey, hey, you look so beautiful today. Hey, did you know God loves you? Hey, did you know that you are loved?
Yeah, we're just building over here, man.
There's no such thing as a schizophrenic will have a demon that's saying that in their ears. And did you know, by the way, that if you read the Bible out to them, those voices will get angry? And did you know that they will leave and that you will have effects in the room? You'll have effects in the electricity? Just a little food for thought. Just a little food for thought. So anyways, that's a little bit about my background.
Okay.
Okay? That's a little bit about my
Zoom in on this a
background.
little bit.
Before we even get to facts, because that's
so we don't see anything going on this one right here, so we're going to actually hide it.
Let's go a little bit deeper into my why. You see, I already know that 4 years ago, right? I decided, you know what, I'm not going to be part of Hopkins, and I knew I needed to learn about marketing, and so I actually started a marketing
All right, so we are at 52, 53, 54, 55, and we don't see any conviction in the movement. We don't see any conviction in the movement. So bring this one back up. And for this one,
I've already been baptized, given my life to Christ, and I already know the importance of going.
We don't see an established
just a whisper, okay?
barrier within one position. So let's take this little square here.
You've given your life to Christ. You know about the agenda. You know the importance of moving off grid. But up to this point,
I don't know if you guys can see that green, so let me see if I can change the color again just to get a better,
I know I should
better
do it, but I
look.
just don't know how.
Let's try red. That's better. Yeah. So, and this candle here, it's touched two different positions. So that means that the range of probability is two positions. It's this one and this one. I want for the range to be just one position. So that's why we don't have anything to really do over here. We just continue to observe and see how it responds to each zone. But now we see some additional push in the movement, so we're going to switch back over here, and we're going to look at this clock, 18, 19, 20, see some reaction, and the price.
It's 4 years ago, it's February 2021, that it uses whisper bar for the business.
Let's see how this next 30 seconds works, because we saw push back here, so I didn't like that. I mean, I did like that I saw some push in the movement, but I didn't see continuation.
At the time,
I didn't see continuation. And here, how about that? How about this? Let's get rid of these things.
Montgomery County. It's the reddest county in Texas. Do you know that? It's the reddest county in all of Texas. Think about it. How red do you have to be the reddest county in Texas? Come on, right? It's a gated neighborhood. We were living in a relatively new home. It was nicely protected. That's what I thought. I thought it was protected.
And then let's identify the touch points.
We had helped 5 doctors become millionaires, and I had a crypto portfolio that was, it was a really nice crypto portfolio. I'm not going to share the exact number, but suffice to say, a very nice crypto portfolio. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm good. Can you blame me? Can you blame me for thinking that if I'm living in a gated community, I'm only 27 years old, and I've got all these things, I got a nice car, I got my wife, got my baby on the way, like, I'm crushing it. I'm doing great. I'm proud of myself as a father. So,
let me move it so.
That whole pregnancy, I told Kara, please do not have Leela on my birthday. Guess what happens? Okay, it's like 12. It's like midnight, like on my birthday. Like it's like the first minute of my birthday. And Kara's like, I think I'm gonna have a baby. And I'm like, my reaction, I was just straight up. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to school. Like that's like, no. Well, it ended up being a 24-hour labor, and I was blown away by Kara being such a superwoman.
There we go.
Not even a little
That's
bit
a touch
of
point.
anesthetics.
Now, why is this a touch
not
point?
even an Advil, okay? Not even an Advil,
Well,
nothing.
because we see some strong reaction in the market and a bunch of different areas. So we see some reaction here as the market tried to come back up. It was pushed back down by the sellers. Tried to come back up again. It was pushed back down again. And and we had a
what
breakthrough
I'm
point
saying
where we
to see
revisited,
Terra give birth the
and
way
now
it
it's being
did. I
pushed back
describe it
up by the
still as
buyers.
the most
Market comes
athletic
back down to
thing that
revisit
I've
this touch
ever
point,
seen
and
in
it's
my
pushed back
life.
up
And
again.
that's having
That
been
doesn't mean that it's going to
three-score
continue to go back up.
NCAA
It just means
athlete,
that every time
okay?
that it reaches around this area,
And
there's a
so
reaction to it.
I heard
There's a
there was a
response.
winter storm, but
And
to
so
be
I
very
call it a
honest,
touch point. Some people call it
the
resistance.
news
Some people
for
call
that
it
thing
support.
was
Just
basically
a
on my
touch point.
birthday. I'm focused on the baby on the way.
We don't really, well, it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on in this market too,
right? So
over here,
what happened? So she
because
has
they're
to
both
get
the same
12:45
market.
p.m. that midnight, and
So,
it's the next morning. And we wake
as it
up,
relates to
and there are 6
an
inches of
income
snow on the
product,
street. And I know some of you,
I don't like to see
some of you are gonna be
on
like,
this
oh,
platform
6
the
inches,
market
you think,
hugging a touch
are you
point
kidding me,
like it is
TJ?
right now. It's hovering
You know,
around
6
it.
inches, as if that's
So
a really
what
big deal. Come on.
what I'd be
Come
interested to
on,
see is
man,
what it
really?
does when it
Okay.
breaks
You
away
have to
or
understand,
breaks
this
through,
is Houston, Texas,
breaks away
right?
or
We're
breaks
not built
through
for
the
the
touch
snow.
point.
There's nothing built for the snow at
Because
all.
what I'm
Right?
curious
And I
about,
thought
if it
myself,
breaks
it's
away,
not
okay,
yet
well then
at
it'll
6
probably go up to
inches,
the next touch
right?
point.
What are we talking about?
And
Well,
this
I
touch
did
point's not
know
very
that would completely
super established, but that's
devastate
about where the
all
next touch point
infrastructure
is.
in the entire
Not very
town and be a
far from
historical
this touch
event.
point.
Electricity
And if it were to
stopped,
break through,
the water stopped, the heat
then
stopped,
the next point I'd be
cars
curious
were
about would
sliding
be
off the
right
road,
about
they
here.
were closed off the road, stores therefore closed.
So that's what I'm waiting on. I want to see
All of our food was
if
food
it
we had to
has
heat up.
continuation in
There's
the
no
movement
electricity, there's no gas, there's nothing, so
once
we're
it
not
breaks
heating up
away
food. Okay, so
or
bye-bye to
through
food. I
a
have
touch
no
point.
plan, I have no protection, alright? I mentioned earlier, yeah,
All right, let's take a look. 30 seconds, okay, so we need to see this go here with conviction, without going back, without being pushed back. But right now it's kind of just trying to figure out what it wants to do. So
was talking about, yeah, the first 40 days
nothing for us,
is
really.
so important. You know, it's a very sacred space. You have to protect that space. I'm going to be on rest. I'm not going to get up. I don't even want visitors. I don't even want to see my, I don't even want to see my brothers. I don't want to see anybody during this time, right? For months she's telling me this. It's my first day, first hours.
All right, so we see same thing. We're just trying to figure out what the market wants to do.
I'm there, and I got a knock on her. And it's
Let's
the
see.
president, and she's got brownies. So I'm thinking to myself, like, she's got brownies. Like, that's really nice. Super sweet of her. She goes to hand me
Range of
brownies,
movement
and I'm
on
like,
the.
oh, thank you so much. And she's like, oh, can I?
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I,
So
can
look
I
at that.
put
Look at that.
down?
Look at what this is
Oh,
doing.
yeah, come on in. You can put down the brownies.
It has bursty
And
energy,
she's like, oh, can I?
not
Can I? No problem. You can go to the
not
bathroom.
momentous
And she
energy.
goes
It
to
has
the bathroom,
bursty
and she
energy.
starts
It'll
going to
burst
every single bathroom
and
in
then
the
it'll
whole entire
contract
house.
real quick.
And I'm like,
And I'd
what
like
are
to see
you
the
doing?
market transition out of that type of behavioral
Yeah,
cycle.
the HOA had asked me to check through every person's house.
With this,
all the closets,
it's
because
more
the HOA
pronounced,
policy
or it's easier
requires that we ensure
to
that all
detect
the
on this
pipes are not
platform
frozen in the middle of the freeze.
than it is on this
And I'm sitting
platform.
there thinking to myself, and I'm like, why
At least
didn't you
that's
just
just
ask
my
me? Why
opinion.
didn't you just talk to me about that? And yeah, Terry's
All right,
like,
so
don't
let's take a look
remind
at this one here.
Yeah.
See how this
She says, don't remind me,
behaves.
that's trespass, guys. Okay,
You
I
could
have one
argue.
job as a dad.
I don't know how
I'm not even
strong
10
of
hours
a.
into it, not even half a day into it. And I failed at every single point.
That's not a very
I'm
strong
not providing
point, but
heat, I'm not
there's one
providing
too.
water, food. I'm not providing anything. I didn't even provide the protection.
So we're moving really.
I still get incest.
Can I draw anything out here?
Right? So I just went from seeing my wife as a superhero to less than 12 hours later feeling like as a father I failed in every single way possible. And I had this, I just got, I completely had it at that moment.
Doing a lot of bouncing.
I thought to myself, I know what I needed to do to prepare, but I hadn't done it. And I can't keep living this way. I can't
bouncing around a lot.
Living dependent on mistakes. I can't be under
within
the
a fairly
way.
well within one zone, so that's a good thing.
Doing this as a
for the most
father
part.
as these children grow up.
But
right? It's not just about
we don't have
I'm just talking about food and water
momentum and continuation, and we don't have a sustained position either. The market is really more so indecisive. That bursty movement indicates indecisive or instability, so that's where we're at right now.
My neighbors were these I thought, hey, I'm in Loretta's County in Texas. This is a nice neighborhood. These are gonna be good neighbors. No, these were some hedonistic neighbors that just got drunk every single night. That's all they did. They were just retirees. They just got drunk every single night. Every single night. It was crazy. I was not giving my family freedom. I was not putting my family in a place where they could follow ethical law. I was not putting my family in a place where they could learn entrepreneurship. I'm not putting my family in a place where they can connect with nature. I'm not putting my family in a place where they can learn how to problem solve on their own as they grow up. I'm not putting myself and my family in the right position for the spiritual war that I know and I knew was already going on. How many of you do you kind of feel the same way? Is it just me? Am I just schizo? Am I just crazy over here? Or, do you guys kind of feel the same way about living in the suburbs when we talk about suburban health, right?
Let's take a look at this one.
That day, I see it as one of the worst days of my life, even though it was one of the best, right? Because it's like I just had my
So we're still moving within one zone, with the exception of this candle. So that means we've touched two zones, but we haven't established a position.
So these are some of the safety blankets I had. Maybe these are safety blankets that maybe you
position
have,
square
right?
here.
So things that did not save me. Donald Trump did not save me. Sorry. I know some of you are going to get
this
really
candle
upset
here
me saying that,
is touching two positions.
But Donald Trump did not show up at my door and help my wife.
So that range of probability includes two positions.
Party did not do so. Okay. Memes on Instagram, Telegram. I was sharing memes. Who shares a lot of memes? Those memes did not save me. Facebook groups didn't help me. I'm part of men's Facebook groups about Christian living, all this. That didn't help me. Documentaries about the deep state. All my knowledge about the deep state. I can tell you about Fritz Miner's Illuminati mind stuff, the Illuminati formula to create a mind control state. I can tell you all things about that, and yet that did not help me. My six-figure salary did not save me. My crypto portfolio. Sorry, some of you are going to get really butthurt about that. I know you're crypto maxis. Sorry, when there's no electricity, your crypto is useless. I know that's hard to hear. Okay, yeah. I know that's really hard to hear. And hey, I got the crypto. I know that's hard. But yes, your crypto is useless.
One touch.
Just think about that, right?
Two touch.
I had enough.
Three touches.
I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my money,
one touch.
My crypto, and I'm going to go buy
two touch.
And
three touches. So these two touch points have some strength. But the movement's still not continuous for this platform, so we really can't do anything here. And the movement is not sustaining within a position. It's getting close, but it's not there yet. It's within one zone. That's good. Curious.
But I don't want to go to Whole Foods for food. Okay? Who feels that way? It's okay. You don't have to feel guilty. Who feels that way? Okay? But what I was talking about, it did not exist. Okay? We went to all sorts of different examples of places. So the individual listings, all right, on Zillow, forget about it. Right? Forget about it. They're not
helpful. I'll test some.
There's horseproperties.net. We went out and saw some of those horse properties, and we were like, no way, this is just not right. Okay? Because when we're looking at something that's good, what happens is the larger the property that might have the infrastructure, it might be older, and therefore it might have mold issues. It just has a lot of problems when you're inheriting one of these pre-existing branches that might actually be there. We went to acreage communities. There's acreage communities that they be like, find your freedom for $79,900. You show up there and there's a bunch of HOA rules. Like, what's the point of that? Why would I go and do that if they have HOA rules that tell me I can't have roosters for you? So you can have chickens, but you can't have roosters. Make that make sense to you? Co-ops, okay? Intentional communities, everybody. I want to show you guys the reality of intentional communities in the United States. I need to show you the gap, okay? The gap that exists between what we do at Access Centralized Real Estate and these companies. Because I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick and tired of every time we talk, someone says it. Someone goes, oh, it must be a cult. Oh, it must be a commune. Nah, dude, I don't think you understand the massive difference in what's going on here. All right, so chat, come with me real quick one more time. Let me show you what to Google, okay? Okay, so all you have to do is you go to Google, okay, and you can put in intentional community. And then you're going to see the IC.org. This is Foundation for Intentional Community. Okay, and they have a whole directory. Look, they start a community. All right.
I didn't realize
they
was
have
flooding
all
the
these
sound.
different communities. We got Eco Village, communes,
So now I'm listening to my own video, and I
okay,
barely
all
even
these
hear.
different places, all these different links that exist out there for people. So let me see if I can. I was looking at some of these listings. Let's have a little bit of fun, guys. Let's have a little bit of fun. Okay, so we got American Refuge Community in Maine.
Testing
They
1,
have
2, 3.
nothing actually started. Literally nothing.
30 minutes into the
cool
thing,
thing with
but
these intentional communities is they will tell you about like what they have available in their online directory. So let's go in. You kind of zoom in, and it will show you different options. Oh, let me refresh the page. Sorry. There we are. Okay, sorry about this. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, here we are. Okay, can you see this? This is an intentional community. This is the directory. You guys want to see all the competition? You guys want to see everything that exists? Here it is.
Sucks.
Sorry, what? It's frozen? Okay. Sorry, can you see it over here? Still?
Yeah, okay.
Is it frozen?
Well, I'm not going to be able to
sorry about that. All right, so what I'm trying to show is that on here you
fix
can see
this
the
audio.
Eco-Village, communes, co-housing, sugar housing, spiritual, religious. Okay.
But
all right, who wants to stay at a genius? Sanctuary of Loving Awareness.
We'll be back next week.
Golden Rule Rainbow.
This
Community and
audio's
demo
giving me
farm.
too many issues.
The first indigenous eco-village, the 20th 312 Housing Collective, Panama Eco-Village, gathering of our tribes of spiritual healers and light workers, a watership up, and Eco-Village Abastan. Okay, is anybody noticing what you see here? We're not even through the ACE. Okay? We're not
this one.
through the ACE.
Let's see how it approaches this touch.
Is anybody interested in living in these communities? Because that's all that's there. Did anybody notice Christ in any one of those communities? Okay? Did anybody notice? Yeah. Morning or thank you. All lefties.
Does it break through?
Exactly. So
Certainty.
I'm just looking for, all right, I want to have land.
10 seconds.
I want to start a farm. I want a nice home. Maybe an Airbnb. I want Christian neighbors. And I want them to be smart. I want them to know entrepreneurship. I want them to be people that I can raise my children around. Is that so crazy? Am I so extremist for asking if that's a thing? Can someone put extremist in the chat? They feel like they're extremists too for having said that?
Not momentum. Trying, but it's
crazy.
It's still being pulled back to that touch point.
We decided to take matters into our own hands, so we did. With no backers, no experience, just grit, some clues from my background, and some faith, plus a degree in behavioral biology to base everything on. And it felt like the culmination of everything I had ever known. There was true purpose. And the beauty of it is that, people always ask me, so like, how did you get to know Christ? How did you get to know God? Why is it these days you're so much more open about your faith? What's going on there? Was it one event? And the answer is it's not just been one event. It's a lot like